Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. My voice is bad today. I'm about to lose it again, so bear with me. Before we dig in, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, or leave a comment and share your thoughts when you feel value has been added for you. Let's dig in and take a look at Bitcoin and the markets. Bitcoin, crypto market is a little bit better today. Mostly green here. We got Bitcoin up 1.28% at 38.7 roughly. Okay, dominance is mid 42s, 42.4%. Ethereum is at 2.6k. Dominance is 17.84. And mostly green, a couple of reds here. We got ADA being red. We got BNB, Doge, Shiba, FTM continue to trend down after they lost a couple of developers. So let's move on to the stock markets. There we go. A little bit better, not blood red. We got some greens here. Semiconductors are green. We got communication services, green. Financial, surprisingly green. Not all of them, but some of them. We got regional banking, predominantly green. Tesla's up. That's nice to see, 2.46. Energy continues to be green. No surprise there. Yeah, that's about it. But, we got some in healthcare being green. We got farming and airlines green here. Industrial and rentals green. Some parts of real estate is green here. And mainly REIT. Not bad. No, it's okay. Improving. Let's look at the charts and see. Here's Bitcoin on top. On the far left, we have the U.S. markets. In the middle, we have the European and Stoxx 600. In the right here, we have Australian and Asian markets, and we got a couple. What do you call this? Watch lists here. Let's go through them. We're not going to go through the ones we're going to cover over here. We're just going to go over some items that are not over here. For example, we got the VIX index is still above 30. It's 35.13. It's down day over day, but it's still pretty decently high. We got the dollar index, which we cover over here. Oil is continued to rise, 125. Day over day, it's just 0.35%. It was higher before. We got gold down slightly, but still high. 2047 point. Well, who cares about the points because it changes all the time. Silver's up at 26.4 something, 40, 44, 45, and that's up over a quarter of a point day over day. Euro paired with USD, that's down. We got pound paired with USD, that's down. USD versus Japan, and that's up. So USD continues to be pretty strong. So let's go over here and take a look at the charts. And I wanted to wait until the market closed today. I just wanted to see a full day of how the markets will do before I analyze it. So let's take a look. Bitcoin has been choppy, and this is expected. I mentioned this during my weekly chart and daily chart analysis. So this is no surprise here. It's basically chopping. The high was roughly around 39K, low 39K is here, 39.3 at the max here. Here's about 39. So I mentioned that it would max on Twitter, that it would resist at around 39, and it did that. And then it dropped as low as 37.3 here, 37.4. That's to be expected. But the interesting part is if you look on the hourly, it's putting higher lows. So it's going diagonally up. And it's hanging up here on the upper range of the resistance, the choppy range, and more towards the resistance than at the support level. And that's interesting. Let's look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, as you can see, it opened lower than yesterday. It's been like 7-day running period. It's been trending down. It opened low, went up slightly, and then basically went back close near where it opened. So not much change today. Still low on the average. On the S&P 500, similar situation. It opened lower than the previous day, and then it went up and then back down to where actually lower than where it opened. So on the Dow, similar. When it opened lower, went up, and then went back down to where it started. The dollar index, Dixie, as you can see here, over the last 7-day period, it's been rising. However, in the last 24 plus period, it's been choppy. And what's interesting about this is similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been choppy, pretty much just ranging sideways here. And same thing with the Dixie. And so as far as, negative or positive correlation, well, they're both chopping sideways. So I don't know what to say about that. I guess we'll just wait and see. But as far as the positive correlation between Bitcoin and NASDAQ and S&P 500, well, there is some because when Bitcoin went up slightly here, it's hard to see, but the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 also went up, and then Bitcoin went down, and they went down as well. So positive correlation is still there, and I bet you if we look deeper inside this choppy range, there's still some positive correlation here. Because, for example, right after the market opened here, the Dixie dropped slightly, and then Bitcoin went up. So negative correlation is still there, but it's so choppy that's hard to see. And the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield has been climbing in the last 24 plus hours. It's currently at 1.84. So risk-off environment still there, but it seems like demand is waning off slightly towards Treasury. And you can see that day over day for gold as well. But not much to write home about. In the European market, we have the UK 100 in the last 24 plus hours been trending up. And that's, it's surprising. So slightly up, but still below a 7-day average. So that's good for them. The DAX over in Germany, you can see here, is still trending below its 7-day average. It opened and pretty much kind of choppy sideways and then trended down slightly. Same thing with the CAC from France, opened up higher and then trended down slightly. The SXXP, Stock 600, you can see here still same with the other, similar to the others, slightly, not slightly, below the 7-day average, open, went up, and then went down. Over in the Asian Australian market, let's take a look at Australian. Australian way here opened down lower than the previous session, and then went down. And these markets are closed, but we'll look at the last sessions. You can see they opened lower, went down here for Nikkei 225. The KOSPI in South Korea has been trending down, open and continue to go down. The Hang Seng over in Hong Kong, similar in the 7-day period, continue to go down, open and then tanked. So overall, what does this tell us? For me, Bitcoin is the way it's chopping sideways like this. It seems like it's it's in a waiting period. It's like it's waiting. It just goes chop, 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 chop. Not much action. So, and similarly with the Dixie, and they're very similar. And so it feels like the market is, like I mentioned in the last video, is getting a little bit acclimated to the geopolitical situation and also the continuous news cycle about inflation, recession, and all that stuff. So after a while, people get acclimated to it, and that's what it feels like to me. And it continues to be a risk-off environment, but it seems like it's a wait and see. There's been a couple news development today. I'm curious how that's going to turn out. Poland decided to send their over 24 MiG-29 airplanes over to the U.S. in the base in Germany to help Ukraine. So that was a surprising announcement to the West. And so apparently they're going to trade that for probably U.S.-made F-16s. I'm not sure how that's going to go down because the U.S., according to the military, they're lacking F-16. So I'm not sure how that's going to go down or how the transportation is going to be sent over to you, how they can deliver those planes to Ukraine. It's not like they can just fly it over and say, hey, here you go. So that's going to be interesting, but that's much needed help for Ukraine if they can figure out how to get those planes to them. And you're wondering why MiG-16s? Well, Ukraine pilots are trained to fly MiG-16s, not F-16s made by the U.S. MiG-29s. So that's why they had to swap some of those things. Possibly the U.S. could reallocate some F-16 fighters from other countries. I know Taiwan has been in discussion, but that's unlikely given China's territorial dispute. So that's about it. I hope you found this of value. Sorry it came late, but I really wanted to see how the market would do before I share my analysis. Feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and leave a comment in the YouTube section. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video later today. Peace.